Thank you, Chairman Warren and Ranking Member Van Hollen. Thanks for holding this hearing. Welcome, General Bondi.
Thank you, Senator.
Good to see you. I want to raise with you something that's been deeply concerning to me, General Bondi. The 2024 Democrat nominee for Vice President actually called federal immigration agents Donald Trump's modern-day Gestapo. This is dangerous for our agents. It's wrong. And it cuts against and it undercuts the rule of law. So I want to ask you a series of questions, General Bondi, and if you would accommodate me, I would appreciate it. First, you'll agree when a bill is passed by Congress and signed by the President, it's law, right?
Yes, Senator.
And until that law is changed by Congress, you have a duty to follow it, right? That's what the rule of law is.
Yes.
When the 2024 Democrat nominee for vice president called federal immigration agents Donald Trump's modern-day Gestapo, this remark immediately set off a wave of outrage because of how powerful and dangerous such language can be. The Gestapo, known historically as Nazi Germany's secret police, is remembered for acts of cruelty, terror, and crimes against humanity. To compare American immigration agents, whose duty is to enforce laws passed by Congress, to such a force is not only inaccurate, but also deeply insulting. It undermines the credibility of officers who risk their lives daily and casts them in the role of oppressors rather than protectors of the law. Such rhetoric does not stay confined to speeches. It seeps into public perception, shaping how citizens view law enforcement and potentially putting agents directly in harm's way. This statement has broader implications beyond the insult itself.
Yes, Senator.
So let me read the law. We got it right here. On a warrant issued, in this case by the Secretary of Homeland Security, an alien may be arrested and detained pending a decision on whether the alien is to be removed from the United States. That's the law, isn't it? The law on the books passed by Congress that you have to follow, correct?
Yes, Senator.
Isn't it also the law that once an alien is ordered removed, quote, during the removal period, the Secretary of Homeland Security, again, shall detain the alien? Is that the law?
It's correct, Senator.
It doesn't say illegal aliens ordered removed should be allowed to roam the country freely, does it?
No, Senator.
I know it doesn't. Here's another law. When an alien is ordered removed, the Secretary of Homeland Security shall remove the alien from the United States. Is there any ambiguity in these words?
No, Senator.
So ICE agents enforcing those laws aren't the Gestapo. They're supporting the rule of law, aren't they?
Yes, Senator.
Is it a crime to obstruct federal agents?
Yes, Senator.
There are left-wing radicals all over the country physically attacking ICE agents. There are sanctuary cities that are interfering with law enforcement. How does the Department of Justice plan to hold those seeking to harm and obstruct federal agents? How do you hold them accountable?
This fact underlines the importance of understanding how the American legal system functions. Immigration laws, like all laws, follow the democratic process. They are debated, amended, passed, and signed. Once enacted, they bind everyone, including those who might disagree with them politically. To ignore or dismiss them is to weaken the entire legal system, which relies on consistency and fairness. When I see officers detain individuals who have been ordered for removal, they are not acting on personal vendettas or political motivations. They are fulfilling their sworn duty to uphold federal law. In reality, these officers are public servants implementing the will of Congress, which represents the people. The vital point is that federal law also clearly states what cannot happen. It does not permit individuals who have been ordered removed to simply walk freely within the United States. It does not authorize local jurisdictions or politicians to obstruct or nullify the enforcement of these laws through sanctuary city policies. While immigration is often debated fiercely, the law as it stands leaves little room for interpretation. Detention and removal are compulsory.
Senator, I believe you've seen what we've been doing during the Los Angeles riots. We came in, if you spit on a law enforcement officer, no longer. We will charge you federally. If you loot a building, we will charge you with robbery under the Hobbs Act. All these people coming in, looting these businesses. They just called it looting and let them run out the door. No longer. You touch a law enforcement officer, we will identify you. We have great technology now. And those people are the ones who have really been wearing the mask and trying to cover their identities. We've been finding them. We have been charging them with assault on a federal officer, and there will be no offers and no negotiations.
Well, think about
Across the nation, there have been alarming incidents where radicals have physically attacked immigration and customs enforcement officers, staged violent protests outside federal facilities, and attempted to disrupt lawful immigration operations. Sanctuary cities have also taken measures that obstruct enforcement, creating direct challenges to federal authority. In response, the Department of Justice has made it clear that this will no longer be tolerated. The message is simple and uncompromising. Anyone who assaults or obstructs a federal officer will face federal charges. Anyone who loots during riots will be prosecuted as a robber, and anyone who interferes with the execution of federal law will bear serious legal consequences. This approach reflects a broader shift away from leniency and toward strict accountability. For too long, some believed they could spit on officers, throw objects, or loot businesses without facing real punishment. That assumption has ended. Federal prosecutors are now determined to ensure that every act of violence or obstruction against law enforcement is treated with the gravity it deserves. For example, if someone attacks an ICE officer during a protest, they are no longer facing a local misdemeanor charge that might be reduced or dismissed. Instead, they will be charged federally with assault on a federal officer, a serious crime that carries far greater penalties. There will be no special deals, no negotiations, and no tolerance for those who endanger public servants. The Justice Department has also invested in advanced technology to identify offenders who attempt to hide behind masks or cover their identities during riots and attacks. This innovation ensures that perpetrators can no longer rely on anonymity to escape justice.
Well, think about it. A federal facility, an ICE facility, was under siege in Los Angeles. I mean, certainly, you and the president weren't going to stand by, were you?
Absolutely not.
No, I appreciate that. I'm grateful to you and to President Trump for upholding the rule of law in this case. I want to finish by revisiting a conversation you and I had back during your nomination, because I very much appreciated that. And it has to do with my home state, the city of Memphis, your commitment to come and see us in Memphis to deal with the fact that we've had rising crime. This is a problem across the country. But I'd like to ask your commitment again, General, to deploy law enforcement resources, particularly prosecutorial resources in Tennessee as they're needed.
I know you deeply care about Tennessee and the crime in Memphis and throughout your state, and you have called me numerous times to talk about that, and you care about our U.S. attorneys there, and I welcome talking to both sides of the aisle, working with you on any matters regarding law enforcement. But yes, you care deeply about the citizens of your state, as well as Senator Blackburn, and thank you both for caring so much and your input on our U.S. attorney there.
Thank you, General Bondi, and I'll look forward to seeing you in my home state sometime very soon.
Thank you, Senator.
Senator Capito.